Hey, I'm Shauna, and ever since being saved, I've wanted to find a way to share the gospel through the talents that God has given me. I have always had a deep love for art, and so I figured this series would revolve around finding unique ways to show people Jesus and the gospel through artwork. I have so many different ideas for this series, but the first idea I had was with this green two-piece Zara set. It's slightly oversized, flowy, and non-stretch. I instantly see grass whenever I look at this piece, which is absolutely perfect because then that means that I get to put a tiny bunch of sheep all over it. To break up the sheep and add a little bit more color, I decided to add flowers. I've been wanting to start an embroidery project, and this seemed to lend itself perfectly to the idea that I had. However, I still needed to sketch out the idea to have a full grasp of what I was trying to accomplish. After being born again, I can't tell you enough how much I resonate with being a sheep. I'm vulnerable, I have a tendency to wander, and I'm in need of a good shepherd. So I wanted this piece to emphasize that. I wanted the design to be carried through the front and the back, with sheep, flowers, and grass sprinkled throughout. As silly as it sounds, I really like patches, so I decided to add a Bible patch verse on the front. I'm gonna tell you right now that I partially regret doing this. I decided it was a great idea to do colonial knots versus French knots throughout. I feel as though the colonial knot is already hard to figure out, but then tie in that I'm left-handed and it became an absolute chore. But as you can see, I started out in the center and started to work my knots around the center. Eventually I would get to about a dime or nickel sized sheep, and then I would go ahead and add on the face and the feet, and that was just simple. It was with a straight stitch. My toxic trait is thinking that I could have gotten this all done within a week. I think by the time that I got done, I had around 60 sheep. Each sheep took me about 30 minutes to do. Altogether, with the mathing, that took me about 30 hours just for the sheep alone. I honestly didn't think I'd see the end of this project, but ta-da! Here it is with all the sheep. I tried my absolute best to space them correctly to accommodate for where I was going to add the flowers and then also the blades of grass eventually. After the painful and tedious task of finishing all the sheep, it honestly all felt downhill from here. For each flower, I did a simple colonial knot in the center with yellow embroidery floss, and then carefully added each petal around, making sure to do the top, then the side, then the other side, and then the bottom too. Doing it in this order made sure that all my flowers were uniform. Finally, we made it to the blades of grass. For the 3 blades of grass, I just did a straight stitch for each. I tried to pick out a satin embroidery floss for extra shine, but I honestly don't know if it made a difference. And although the grass itself is barely noticeable, I do feel like it made a difference throughout. I gotta tell you, when I hit this point of the project, it was painful to try to get it done even though it was so close. I printed on the printable fabric, then I went ahead and cut it down to size. Oh, also before this I ironed it to seal in the ink so it will not bleed. Then I went ahead and I ironed it onto some cotton interface. It said that it was heavyweight, but it felt more like mid to lightweight, but it works for this project. At some point in time, I decided that I wanted the patch to say he leaves the 99 to find the 1. I can just see someone wearing this out in public and someone stopping them to point out all of the embroidery, and then they get to lean into what this patch says and what it means to them. Although I don't know if fray check was completely necessary, I also don't want to see it fraying later when it's too late. We're finally in the home stretch. This was insanely hard to film, so here's just some quick still shots of me doing a straight stitch around every side of the patch. And here's the final piece. I really tried my best to keep everything symmetrical and evenly spaced. I wanted the placement of everything to look as natural as possible. And overall, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I worked really hard on the pants to make sure that none of the placements were in an awkward or inappropriate place. And I really wanted to try these on for you, but unfortunately, I cannot get the pants past my hips. But I do have a try-on of the top. If you made it this far, I really want to thank you for staying and watching the whole video. I really wanted to take the time to actually share what I create. I really can't tell you how much Jesus has changed my life, and I I can't wait to add more to this series and hopefully inspire and help others share their faith, or better yet, come to know Jesus as well.